Boxing Association Championship from Munich, Germany. 33 years.
Well, as I said, I've seen Oral, but I haven't seen Sipos, who's also from Munich in Germany, Oral being from Hamburg in Germany. So I don't know what Sipos has got to offer, but similar records between the two of them here. So certainly on paper, a well-balanced looking fight.
Y en el rincón azul, in the blue corner, with a professional record of 22 wins, 9 of them by knockouts, and just 1 loss with 28 years, from Hamburg, Germany, Mahir Oral. Y aprovechamos también, como no, para presentar. We are going to now announce the referee of this European Championship. Referee José Ignacio Martínez Antúnez, que será el árbitro de este combate a 12 asaltos.
Doesn't look like a very big crowd in there, Paul.
Well, not at the moment. In actual fact, Robert, this event was planned for Turkey, but it's been changed because there was one of the fights was withdrawn from there and has been planned for America. So the whole venue was in fact changed to Spain. So possibly that's the reason for the lack of crowd at this moment in time.
From Denmark, and Torben Seaman also from Denmark, and the supervisor, your supervisor.
It's unfortunate, as I said, I haven't seen Sipos before, but I have seen Oral, and he's a very good all-round boxer, very solid, very technical. But they've both got very similar records here on paper, so it's interesting to see what happens here.
You know the rule, so I want a clean fight, okay? When I say red, clear, step back, okay? Good luck, and win the best. You go.
Well, I hope they do know the rules.
Danny?
Here we go, this is round 1 of 12.
Tiempo. Box!
Now they're both wearing dark shorts, but Oral is the one with the flames rising from the lower edge of his trunks. A bit of a feeling out process here. Sipos launching in a little bit harder there. Oral still just having a look. Not a lot of head movement there from Oral. I think we need to see a bit more lateral movement from him. Coming straight in, straight lines. Oral got 5 years age advantage on Sipos. He's 5 years younger. certainly I think the bigger effort coming in from Sipos at this point, Robert. When he does put up an attack, it's a bit more ferocity in it than what we've seen from Oral in this first round. That was the last 10 seconds we're into here.
Stop!
I think from the aggression point of view, that would be a round that I would... It was a close round, but a round I'd maybe tend to give to Sipos. I don't know what you think, Robert.
No, I think I'm with you there, Paul.
Well, we've got a great night lined up ahead of this. Coming up next, in actual fact, will be Hika Mina. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's from New York, USA, and that's in the cruiserweight division. He's up against Herbie Hyde, and that's for the WBC International Championship. Here we go. This is round 2, though. Back to where we are at the moment, the EBA Interim Championship, middleweight division, and this is Sipos against Oral.
Box!
Well, these two both standing off just in the centre of the ring, not using much of the ring at all here. They seem to be just weighing each other up to some degree, still in the centre of the ring, and then laying off a few combinations to see who's possibly got the speed advantage and the weight advantage here. The weight of punch. You can hear some words coming in from the cornerman there. He's putting in some good body shots here, Sipos. Certainly getting a lot of leverage and not a great deal of defence from Oral as far as combating those shots.
Keep working, Alex, keep working. Good.
Break!
Forward with the jump. Good, step in with it.
Big wide shots though. I think this is possibly the reason why Oral's looking to come straight down the centre, because when Sipos does throw these shots, they're big looping wide shots. He's leaving himself open straight down the middle.
Good shot. Put more in it, put more in it. Stiffen the jab up, Alex, stiffen the jab. More in the jab, more in the jab. More in it, more in it. Good, and again.
Stop!
Well, there we go, end of round 2, and again, very close to call these rounds so far, but I think I'm going to have to edge that again to Sipos.
No, I agree with you there, Paul. I have to say that the better work came from Sipos, certainly in the second half of the round. I actually had the first, let's say, quarter of the round going to Oral, actually, but Sipos seemed to switch it on after that.
Very wide-ranging shots we can see there in the replay from Sipos. I mean, he is leaving himself wide open down the middle, but having said that, with those shots thundering in, Oral has to also think about his own protection and defence. Good combinations again coming in from Sipos. Very, very little. I'm very surprised at Oral here. There's very little lateral movement. No head movement at all. And Sipos definitely taking advantage of that at the moment. Bit more work this round so far from Oral.
Box.
Well, as you can see, he went in wide again with those shots to the body, but he was caught with the right hand by Oral. As he closes up, he's leaving himself wide open down the middle.
Is that the cut on Oral's left eye?
Well, hopefully I'll have a close-up of that, and maybe we can see. I haven't noticed myself. I think this is a better round for Oral. And Mahir Oral. Okay, this will be us now into round 4, as you can see. And certainly as we were closing on the end of round 3, just before the end of that, when we did have a freeze up on picture, I don't know, what do you think, Robert? I think that was a better round for Oral.
Yeah, it's a shame you didn't see the last few seconds to see that, but up to that point I thought Oral might have been edging it.
Yeah, I think he might have been edging it. I'm going to take a chance on that and put it down as Oral's
Sipos, no
round.
holding. Stop, no holding, okay? Box.
If you're just joining us, welcome. You're with us live in Bilbao, in Spain. This is Seconds Out. Great night of action lined up. And I've got Robert Waterman sitting next to me. And we'll keep you informed as we can throughout the evening. Well, Oral still having this all his own way. Sipos putting up a good effort here.
Break!
referee not having a lot to do in this fight, Robert, which is, I suppose, a good sign. They're not getting tied up with each other, that's for sure. And it's all happening, but that was a tremendous left to the body there from Sipos. And Oral returns the compliment. I just wonder if Oral's just beginning to pick up the pace a little bit from his point of view. His attacks becoming a little bit harder when he does launch them. Again, a very close round.
Stop!
How do you see that round, Robert?
Well, I was just again wondering if Oral is beginning to break down Sipos.
Yeah.
Just seeing the tide beginning to turn. Yeah, I actually thought that I saw a wince from Sipos there, and I was thinking that perhaps Oral was beginning to feel a bit more confident and land a bit heavier stuff.
Well, again, he's the younger man. He's got a 5-year age advantage here, and we are in the middleweight division, which is a fairly important 5 years, I think, in the age range that these two are, 28 and 33 years of age. And as I said, although there's been some big hard shots coming in from Sipos in the first couple of rounds, I just got the impression, like yourself, Robert, that Oral was finally starting to come through and just maybe lift the tempo a little bit. Well, we're going into round 5, and I think Robert and I both got these two fairly even at the moment.
Break! Step back.
Not quite as much venom in that jab anymore coming from Sipos. But again, delivering a good left to the ribs. Still going straight down the middle is Oral with his attacks.
Break! Watch out the head. Sipos.
Certainly the more telling shots now seeming to be coming from Oral. Good combination from Sipos. Just to show that he's still in there and he's not finished yet. I don't like giving an even round, Robert, but I've got to say, I mean, all these rounds to some degree have been fairly close, but it's hard to split.
I made that round the clearest so far for Oral, actually.
You did.
But what do I know?
Okay, we're coming up to the halfway stage. This is round 6.
Sexto salto.
I'll be interested to see if one of these can make a marked step ahead. That was a good 1-2 from Oral. He's certainly finding the target. There's no wasted shots from him.
Having a lot of success down the middle.
Well, that's what I've said. He's standing very square on Sipos, but when he throws his shots to the body, he throws them and loops them out very wide. And that's when Oral tends to step in through the middle and deliver his shots. And he has an open target to do so.
Break!
Certainly earning their money tonight, these two. This is a hard fight.
Break!
Well, there's a few technical problems in Spain, and but we seem to be online again now. So please bear with us. Oral's certainly looking the stronger now at this stage of the fight. Coming down to the last half minute now of round 6.
Stop!
Well, clearly Oral taking that round as far as I'm concerned, Robert.
No, I agree. I've got Oral opening a bit of a two-point advantage now, going into round 7.
Well, we're coming to you live from Bilbao in Spain, and this is the EBA Interim Middleweight Championship between Alexander Sipos from Munich in Germany and Mahir Oral from Hamburg in Germany. This has been pretty much a toe-to-toe fight, but as we can see on this replay, Sipos, when he does deliver these body shots, he's very, very wide open down the middle, and that, as you can see, is where Oral takes advantage, comes straight down the middle.
It'd be interesting to see how the judges are scoring this, because some of the body shots are a bit on the wide side.
Well, I think as long as they're connecting with the knuckle, Robert, it has to be viewed as a scoring shot.
Break.
Stick with us wherever you are from around the world. We've got a great night lined up ahead of you. We've got a Cruiserweight WBC International Championship matchup for you next, which is Herbie Hyde defending that title against Ihika Hamania, I think it's pronounced. What a mouthful, that one. He's from New York, so that's a big fight up next, and Herbie Hyde, as we know, is always there to surprise us all, that's for sure, and he's been making a fantastic comeback since he's moved down to the Cruiserweight division. So we've got that coming up next, so stick with us. These are still heavy shots coming in from both Sipos and Oral. Combination again from Sipos. The one thing I've noticed about Oral, when he throws that right hand, Robert, if you watch his back foot, his right foot, it often comes up from off the ground. He's not sitting down on his shots. I'm sure if he actually sat down on his shots and brought that power up through the legs, then maybe have a bigger effect on his opponent. Because quite often, as he throws that right hand, he's leaning forward and that back foot's coming up off the ground. And I don't know if that's the difference, between him stopping this Sipos and not.
I don't know what happened there, Paul. I'm not sure that Sipos wasn't a bit hurt.
Break.
Well, again, that round's got to go to Oral, so, he's certainly pulling away now. I think you have him 3 points ahead at this stage, Robert, where I have him actually 2 points ahead.
It's interesting, the promoter, Ahmet Oner's gone up into the corner and holding the ice bag for a split second.
Okay, here we go, round 8. These two are still going hard at it, toe to toe. As much as Oral seems to be coming through somewhat stronger now, it's hard to see whether there's going to be a stoppage either way in this fight, Robert. Would you agree? I mean, it appears to me it will go the full 12 rounds.
Well, that was your prediction earlier as well, Paul.
That was a good attempt by Sipos. He came in there leading with a right uppercut. Oh, that was a big right hand there, came in from Oral. And Sipos dealt with that very well. No sign of effect from him, and he's firing back. I think this late change in venue, Robert, has obviously affected the crowd, although, you know, we've got two big fights coming up with Herbie Hyde and Danny Williams on, so who knows, maybe it'll start to fill up, but I'm surprised because this guy Oral has quite a big following in actual fact. Big overhand right from Sipos.
Break!
Well, I wonder whether Sipos has caught the judge's eye in that particular round.
Well, he caught my eye.
Todos vamos a abstenernos de fumar. Es que recascó Mercedes. Esta sube. Que conste que yo también tengo ganas, ¿eh?
Well, I thought that, you know, I mean, Oral was definitely stretching, pushing his advantage, his lead in this particular fight, Robert, but he's, it's still, you know, Sipos is still in there at the moment, that's for sure. There was that great big right overhand, which did connect. So I'm sure Sipos has been encouraged by his last round there. Well, let's see whether he can maintain that. We've got 4 rounds to go. He's everything to play for. He could still turn this around from a points perspective.
It's just a shame we're getting a few technical problems from Spain here.
I think Oral's come out in this round knowing that he's got to stamp his authority again.
Break!
He certainly likes working to the body, Sipos. He's looking for the gaps. He's attempting this right uppercut. But Oral has got a pretty solid defence there. High hands, close hands.
Book!
Well, he started off strong in this round, Oral, but again, Sipos has put together a couple of good combinations. His short 3 combinations are very strong, very powerful. And again, the sort of thing which is going to catch the judge's eyes, I'm sure. But very well matched, these two, very close.
Stop!
Well, where are you going to go with that one, Robert?
Oh, I think that's Oral's round. No, I meant Sipos, actually, sorry.
I must say, I do think these rounds are so close, and it's, as I said to you before, Robert, I hate having to give an even round, but I sometimes find it very difficult to split between the two on some of these rounds we're seeing.
No, I think that was actually Sipos round on my card. I've got Oral up by 1, I think.
Well, as it happens, that's exactly what I've got him up by. This is the last quarter. This is going to be an important 3 rounds for these two. Certainly no sign of tiredness here from Sipos, and he's the older man by some 5 years. Still putting in the effort, still connecting with these combinations. Good shot, pushing up the head there of Oral. Good start to this round, good start to the 10th round, and maintaining it. And again, pushing those shots through. You know, if he can push his way through this round, he's going to, as far as my card's concerned, he's going to be tying this back up to an even situation. 2 rounds to go and all to play for. Well, here he's cornerman shouting out for him to look for that uppercut and to sit down.
Break!
Certainly outworking Oral in this round. This is a good effort by Sipos this late. I really didn't think he would have this left in him, Robert, at this point. But he's right in there at the moment.
Well, the first 2 minutes of this round are clearly Sipos's.
Bit of shots coming in there from Oral.
Let him go, let him go.
Break!
He certainly fancies that right uppercut. He's looking for it. Had a great deal of success with it, but he obviously fancies his chances with it. He must be seeing a gap there. There's a borderline left to the body there from Oral. But I've got to say, Robert, I'm going to that goes to Sipos as far as I'm concerned. That round.
Stop!
And as far as my card's concerned, that's tying this whole situation up.
Yeah, me too. I think we got 1 round differently, but their overall score on my card's also a draw at the moment.
Well, fair play to Sipos. He really has. He had a good start to this fight, and then he tailed off, and Oral came on strong. But now in the latter rounds, he seems to be putting it back together again. I'm sure that Oral's corner have got a lot to say to him here, because this is a very close fight at the moment, and it's all to play for in these last 2 rounds. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out with the determination at this point. And I've just got a feeling that, you know, if I was a betting man, I've just had a feeling that just possibly Sipos is a little bit more up for this tonight. Well, this is an important round.
Break. Fight. Break.
Well, if you're just joining us, welcome you with seconds out, and we're live from Bilbao in Spain. And we're just coming towards the end of what has been quite an enthralling fight here for the EBA Interim Middleweight Championship between Sipos and Oral, both from Germany. And Robert Waterman sitting next to me. We've got this pretty even at the moment, 96 points each. I've got it at the moment. And we're into this last 2 rounds, important 2 rounds.
Break. Step back.
Hard to define this round again, I think. Pretty close.
Box. Break.
I think possibly they're both beginning to feel the pace at this point. And in fairness, that has been a very gruelling toe-to-toe match this throughout. The referee hasn't had a great deal to do at all. Big efforts by both of these boxers.
Step back.
I think the more solid punches have actually come from Oral in this particular round.
Stop.
Difficult one to score that for me, but I think I'm going to edge that to Oral.
Es gibt nochmal alles. Atmen, jetzt keine Schwäche mehr. Keine Schmerzen, keine Schwäche. Alles, was geht. Nimm dein Herz in beide Fäuste. Dann geht er raus.
Well, it's all going to be down to Sipos here. If my scorecard's anything to go by, I think he has to win this round and win it pretty big. But it's a very, very, very close fight, this, Robert.
Yep, I'm finding it very hard to separate them now. I didn't quite see that last round to Oral.
I just have the feeling that on the night here, Sipos seems to be just maybe a little bit more up for this fight tonight than Oral. So maybe with that in mind and coming into the last round, maybe he's going to be the one that's going to have the big finish. And that will certainly put him in contention for, if not edging the fight, then possibly a draw.
Stop.
I just get the impression he's a bit more up for it.
maybe a bit fitter.
He started the round well. Certainly out-punching Oral at this point. I think he's going to give it everything. I think he knows he has to.
Stop! Box!
Go, go!
Well, the better effort in this round is undoubtedly coming from Sipos at the moment. And we're halfway through the round. Whether he'll fade or not towards the end, this has been a grueling, grueling 12 rounds.
Break!
Komm, sein Mann!
Come on, Alex, go!
Stop! Okay. Box! Break!
Come on, Alex, keep going, keep going! Come on, Alex, keep going!
Komm, sein Mann! Er ist da! Ja, Alex, wirklich!
Sehr schön, Mann. Komm her. 36 Mal, komm. Lass die Hände hoch.
30! Komm!
Well, I've got to be honest, watching this performance and this effort by Sipos, I'd hate for him to go out here a loser tonight. I think he's done a great job in coming back into this fight. And I certainly wouldn't be unhappy with the draw being called in this particular instance.
Work, Alex, work!
Certainly I've got this all even now. I've got it all square. And I'll be interested to hear what the judges, how the judges have this.
Y finaliza este gran combate. 12 asaltos. Y ahí aquí se midió.
I see it for Sipos, actually.
Well, he is an arena boxer, so maybe that might well be the case. But I've got it a very, very close thing, that's for sure.
El rojo Alexander Sipos de Múnich, Alemania, con azul Mahir Oral.
Well, that was a tremendous start to the night's entertainment. So I'm interested to see how the judges are going to see this one, Robert. Stick with us. We've had a couple of minor technical problems from Spain, but it looks like we've got to grips with that now. But stick with us because we've got such a great lineup ahead of us now. Coming up now, after this decision, we've got a cruiserweight WBC International Championship, and that's Herbie Hyde defending against Ihika Mina from the USA, and that promises to be exciting as it always is with Herbie Hyde involved. And following that, we've got Danny Williams against Konstantin Erich. Konstantin Erich is the interim heavyweight German champion, and he's unbeaten at the moment, but personally I think he's got his hands full tonight with Danny Williams. But as I said, a great night's entertainment lined up ahead. Keep with us. I'm looking across at Robert, sitting next to me, Robert Waterman. He's got Sipos actually in front on this. He thinks he might have nicked it by 1 point, looking at his scorecard. Certainly I've got it all even at the moment at 115 each. Let's see what happens here, Robert. Sipos started off well in this bout. He certainly, as far as I was concerned, took the first couple of rounds, but Oral came back into it thereafter. But towards the end, the older man, surprisingly, Sipos, he came back on strong. But here we go.
Yeah, in these beautiful 5 to 12 rounds, the Interim European Boxing Association in the middleweight category es de Campeonato de Europa. Peso medio, a 12 asaltos, vencedor. Vamos a dar los puntos. Primero Torben, Seman de Dinamarca, 113 puntos para
What's your Spanish like, Robert?
115 para Mahir Oral.
Not very good.
Judge Owen Olesen from Denmark, 113 points for Alexander Sipos, 115 for Mahir Oral.
113, 115 to Oral.
113 for Alexander Sipos and 116 for Mahir Oral. New interim European champion, Alexander
Oral.
Mahir Oral.
Well, it was a split decision.